Now, the coronavirus slash COVID-19 slash novel coronavirus has been going on for a little while now. But if you're a contact lens wearer, you probably found that the advice given to contact lens wearers about whether it's safe or not to wear contact lenses at this time is perhaps a little bit confused and contradictory at times. In this video, I'm going to go through the general advice regarding what you should be doing as a contact lens wearer, but I'll also be giving you my take on things and what I'd be doing if I was a contact lens wearer at this time. Hey, what's happening? This is Martin's Eye Tips, and this is the place if you are looking for eye care tips, how-to videos and product reviews, all designed to help you see better, see more comfortably and be less anxious about your eyes. So if that interests you, please hit the subscribe button and also that notification bell so you get reminded every time I release a new video. Now, looking at the general advice that I can see globally from different optical organizations and healthcare bodies, then it seems that the general advice given to contact lens wearers is that it's safe for you to continue to wear your contact lenses at this time. However, as a optometrist and somebody who deals with contact lens wearers, I would also say that it's important for you to consider the environment that you're going to be using your contact lenses in. So what does that mean? Well, effectively with contact lenses, we know that soft contact lenses especially are permeable. They are very permeable, so that means that we know that they can absorb a lot of things in the atmosphere. So if you're in a smoky environment, then you may get lasting irritation from your lenses. We generally advise that soft lens wearers don't swim in with their contact lenses, and that's because of the permeable nature of the contact lenses as well. So for that reason, then as somebody who might be using the contact lenses in a range of environments, if you're going to or use your contact lenses at this time, then it's important that you consider where you're going to be using your contact lenses, how long you're going to need to use them throughout that day. So for example, if you're somebody who is a frontline healthcare worker, or you're a caregiver and you may be working in environments that are exposed to the COVID-19 virus, then regardless of the fact that you've got PPE on, then it's important to also consider whether it's safe for you to use your contact lenses in this environment. So we know that COVID-19 is an airborne virus, so that means then that you could work in an environment that may well be saturated with COVID-19 even for short periods of time. Then there is potentially a risk that you can get this onto your contact lenses. So while the eye itself has a great protective mechanism in tears, etc., to protect you from bacteria and infections generally, we know that it is more risky if you've got an infected contact lens on your surface of your eye, because it gives you a longer exposure time and a higher viral load perhaps in this situation, which makes it more likely then that bacteria or an infection or virus like this that your eye might have flushed out and dealt with sooner has more of an opportunity to cause an infection. So that would be an example of a specific situation where I, as an eye care professional, will be saying that as a contact lens wearer, you really have to weigh up the need to use contact lenses in this time, in this situation, and in an environment like that with really the risks of infection. The reality is infection via the eyes is still a very small possibility, but nevertheless it is one anyway, and one that may be worth reconsidering if you are somebody who has to work in an environment that is a little bit more risky. Now, other examples of whether you want to actually consider using your contact lenses at this time is if you are somebody who, as we gradually come out of this lockdown situation, find yourself working in or spending quite a lot of time in an environment where there's going to be quite a few people, and perhaps the environment has poor circulation, then you might want to consider whether it's actually worth the risk of using contact lenses in this environment, because with more people in the room, then the air may be more saturated and there may be a little bit more of a risk as well. And particularly if you're going to be in an environment where you are going to be forced to continue to wear face masks or PPE, then that also suggests that that environment may be worth kind of taking more precaution in. And in that environment, then I certainly, if it was me, would not be using my contact lenses, just for the risk that it may pose with the lenses absorbing some of this airborne infection, and that then sitting on your eye for a significant amount of time Now, I will emphasize again that I do think that the risk of anybody getting coronavirus via their eyes, via contact lenses, is a small risk for most people. But if you're somebody who works in environments, as I said, that is a little bit more risky, then it's a consideration that I think is definitely worth taking. Now, the other important point to note is that the healthcare and the optical bodies have also stated that if you are somebody who is experiencing the symptoms, any of the symptoms of COVID-19, then you are to stop using your contact lenses altogether and dispose of your existing contact lenses that are that have been opened, and at the same time also dispose of any contact lens solutions that you may be using at the moment as well. And the logic behind this is that you may be at risk of recontaminating yourself with any of these contact lenses or contact lens accessories, such as your contact lens case, if you continue to use them, and you're also at risk of contaminating other people as well that may come into contact with any of those items. Now, this advice is the general advice that we always give to people who might have had general eye infections such as conjunctivitis or adenoviral conjunctivitis, anything like that. So in the same vein with COVID-19, it does pose the same risk. If you have had it generally, you may well, through your kind of mucous membranes on the conjunctiva, you may well pass it on to your contact lenses and any of your other accessories as well. You may also, if you've contracted it via your contact lenses, then in the same vein, there's a risk of it passing on from the contact lenses to yourself and others, as well as I've said. Now, while I generally don't disagree with advice that has been given out, I do think people have to kind of take extra precautions if you are somebody who, as I said, is working in environments that may be a little bit more risky. But I think generally all contact lens wearers, whether you are totally healthy and not having any issues, and you're not going to be working in an environment where you may be more at risk, then I think you still have to be extra cautious at this time and double down on your hygiene, cleaning your lenses, cleaning your cases, not reusing your cases, your contact lens cases for too long. At the very most, a month is the recommended time you should be using any case before you dispose of it. So I'd be super strict on that. Be super strict on cleaning your hands and the hygiene, just generally as well. And at the same time, just generally with the advice given right about now with the virus, just avoid touching your contact lenses at all throughout the day, moving them or anything like that. If you have a habit of doing that ordinarily, then you need to be extra vigilant at this time, because contact lenses, and this is my concern really, that contact lenses are just soft contact lenses that is also just very permeable. And if you've ever had a contact lens examination done or aftercare done, then you'll know that usually we tell you to come in wearing your contact lenses, but to be prepared with your glasses so that you can leave with the glasses on, because if we put fluorescein dye in your eye, for example, if you put your contact lenses back in after that, your lenses will be stained orange, and they'll be luminous orange, and you won't be able to get that out. That's just because of the permeable nature of soft lenses. So I think it's a logical and a sensible consideration to really think about where you're going to be using your contact lenses, if indeed you're going to be using them at all over the coming weeks and months, until things kind of really are in the clear. Understandably, people have to use the contact lenses and will need to use the contact lenses at some point. So just really be selective and really double down on your hygiene, as I said, as well, in order to be able to get on successfully with your contact lenses and not have any issues or any anxieties about using them at this time. So thank you for watching today's video. Hopefully that was helpful for you. If it was, then I'd love to get your subscription on the channel. Also hit that like button and the notification bell as well. That way you get reminded every time I release a new video. So please check out one of my other videos on the channel. I'm going to leave that up here for you. And until the next video, I look forward to seeing you then. Take care.